welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly. It's so nice to see you all today. So I'm in my kitchen today. I have my cup of peppermint tea. Do you love this cup? It's got Minnie Mouse on it. It's all like Japanese designs. Got that from the Disney store a couple of years ago and I love it. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot recently about education, and to me education is something that we should be doing every day. Learning is something that we're here for. I know not everybody believes in the things that I believe in, so I'm not going to go fully into what I believe, but reincarnation is something that comes up in a lot of different religions. It's not just in one, and when things repeatedly come up, I pay more attention to them because I definitely feel like, you know, religion is different for everybody. We all experience religion and experience God differently. But if reincarnation is a real thing, then why are we here? Why do we inhabit this body? And the way I understand it is that we're here because our soul needs to learn from this life, and in order to learn from this life we need to continually educate ourselves, continually grow. I'm just going to adjust you. There we go. So you might be thinking, like, Beverly, what are you talking about? Religion, what's that got to do with anything? Why, what is going on? But these kind of sit down just chatting to you all about things that matter to me is how this channel started, and it's something that I definitely want to get back to because it matters. It matters that we talk to one another, and it matters that we continually grow. And my husband and I have, I sound like the Queen, my husband and I, but me and my fella, we've been watching a lot of documentaries on Netflix, and we saw the Secret, which is a film, but as anybody knows, it's about 5,000 different books that have come out after the first book, The Secret, which we're now reading. And The Secret is basically how to make your life how you want it to be, how to build around you this world that you want, instead of complaining about your job, instead of complaining about the life that you live. Flip it round. And so we've been reading about The Secret, and it's really got me reassessing my life in a lot of ways. And when I say it's reassessing, I'm not talking about, oh, I need to change everything, I'm going to change my whole life, but it's about, how do I get to my dreams? How do I get to that dream life that I've always wanted to live? And one of the first steps to making that happen is gratitude. Now, gratitude is something that comes up in every religion, every faith. And I think it comes up in everything because it's so important. We have so many things, especially if you live in like England or America. Our lives are so privileged. We have so many choices, so many things that we can do with our lives, and in a lot of other countries we can't. We also watch this other Netflix program called, I think it's Josh and Nish versus the World. It's hilarious. It's these two guys, and the one guy's like a hipster who works out in the gym all the time, and he basically, I don't know how this idea came to being, but I picture it being in a pub somewhere, I don't know why, and these two mates are talking. He's like, I'm stronger than those people, thinking he's better than them. And I think we do think that we're better than a lot of these other countries that we look at and think, oh, they're so behind us in development because we're so based on electricity and computers and technology. But they were doing a thing where they went to Mongolia, and another one where they went to Tibet to be with the Shaolin monks, and they were really happy people, and they don't have a fraction of the things that we have. They have no choice in you know, they might have a dream, but their lives are very much planned out for them. Now, I'm not saying we should all live like they do in Outer Mongolia, or live like a Tibetan monk, because although that sounds wonderful in some ways, in a lot of other ways, it's just insane. It's just not practical at all. But the one thing that I realised is that we don't have enough gratitude for the things that we have. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we are comparing ourselves to our neighbours, and we constantly have this feeling inside us that we're not enough, that I've got to have that dress, I've got to have that, I've got to have this, I've got to buy that. And I realise that I'm saying this, and recently I've been posting videos about dresses I've bought and clothing and favourites and Funko Pops and things, and that's why I didn't record the Funko Pop of the month that came this month. So if you want to see that, check out my Instagram, because it's on there. It's hilarious, by the way. Spoilers! But I just kind of felt like I was giving off the wrong impression about myself. And although I have that materialistic side to me, I definitely am more of a spiritual soul, and I'm definitely somebody who definitely has God at the centre of my world. And gratitude is something that we all need to really develop more of. I grew up in a very materialistic house. If I wanted something, it would be bought for me. I was very spoiled. And I'm not saying that I'm not grateful for that, because I am. I had a wonderful childhood in so many ways, and I was so spoiled. But I was never fostered that feeling of gratitude for what I had. If I was bored with that toy, they'd just go and buy me another toy. And now as an adult, I find that I don't cherish the things that I have. I kind of use and dispose of things. But I think it's really important that we really look inside ourselves and think about how privileged we are, compare ourselves to other nations and other cultures where they're just a lot more grateful, and because of that they're a lot happier. Now, I'm not saying we should stop buying things because it's our culture to be that way, but I am saying maybe cherish the things that you have. And if you want to be, I don't know, in a new house, or you want to get that new dress, maybe go to your wardrobe and think, is there a way that I can make that happen for myself with the clothes that I already have? And I kind of fell into this trap recently where I was like buying a lot of clothes and then not wearing them. So today I'm wearing this top that I thrifted a while back. I buy a lot of things out of season for the next season, which is great when you're vintage dressing, because it never goes out of fashion because it's not in fashion. But I bought this, and then I got this off Amazon a while back. It's just like a green circle skirt, and I hadn't worn either of them except for once. Each thing had been worn once, and I was thinking I need to go shopping and get some spring clothes. And then I stopped myself and I thought, do you know what, I have actually got spring type clothes already there, already in my closet, and I'm not appreciating what I have. If you don't wear things, maybe donate it. I'm donating continuously. I'm always sorting things out and giving things off to be donated. So somebody else can have some nice clothes. You know, I don't give away clothes that are just, you know, they've got holes in or they should be thrown away, you know, worn out clothes. I donate clothes that are nice as well, because I think it's important to remember that anybody can end up at a point where they maybe don't have the money to buy new things. I'm lucky, I do have a little bit of extra money, and although I have to buy in the sales, although I have to buy out of season, I still feel incredibly lucky and incredibly privileged that I have that little bit of spare money, but not everybody does. I think along with gratitude comes compassion, and I think remembering that we're not all as well off, we don't all have that extra money. I think that's important. I think it's important to have compassion in this world, and I think it's very much lacking in this world. Respect for one another. Like, I hardly know my neighbours on my street. I know next door that way, okay-ish, and I know next door neighbour that way, okay-ish, like to say hello if we're leaving the house at the same time. But they're not friends. Back in the day, before we had computers and we relied on Facebook for our friendships, I think we just appreciated the people around us a lot more, and because of that our neighbourhoods were safer and were nicer places to be. And I think it comes down again to gratitude and having compassion and being thankful for the people around you. I definitely want to work on my relationships with people around me. I definitely want to work on building more gratitude for the things that I have in my life. I'm always on Pinterest. Pinterest is one of my favourite apps. That and Instagram, probably my two favourite, and they're probably the two most dangerous ones, because I go on there and I think, oh, living room inspirations, and I just go through and they're all things like, you know, they've got this sofa, or it's this carpet, or it's that wall hanging, and I start thinking, oh, that would look so nice in my living room. You know, I should replace our sofa. And the minute I think it, I think, but there's nothing wrong with the one I've got now. It's a nice sofa, it's comfy. It's got like the feet that come up, so if my legs are swollen I can put my feet up. But it's like inbred in us. It's they didn't really have this as much in the past. I think it's always been in us, in this culture, to want what other people have got. Hence why us British went all around the world and took the best of what was in that country and plundered it. I mean, if you watch Black Panther, for example, that's how Africa should be. It shouldn't be the way it is now. And it's because we ruined it. We ruined it. And then we make people of colour feel bad because they're in our country. And it's like, well, you took them there. But again, it's not having gratitude for what you have. It's wanting what they have for yourself. And I think it's always been in us in this Western world. And so I've started reading more about different cultures, reading more about different religions, and just learning about how to foster this grateful heart. Because there are many times that I have prayed and been like, God, I'm so thankful for this, 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 and this. But I've not felt it in my heart. Having a grateful heart is something we all need to foster. And I just wanted to just come and talk to you about that. Come and get your opinions, really, about gratitude and compassion, and how we can all get a little bit lost in this world of what she has, what he has, who this famous person is, who that celebrity is. And we forget to pay attention to the people who are actually trying to make a good difference in this world. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I'm just babbling a load of rubbish? I could be, I don't know. I guess I just really feel like sometimes we get lost in this world. And the more we get reliant on technology, the less we are developing our souls, the less ground in nature we are. And I don't see a good future for the human race if we continue on this journey that we're on right now. I was watching a documentary this morning about how much rubbish there is around the earth. and if we carry on polluting the air around us with chunks of metal and satellites and paint scabs, and it was really interesting. And I was just like, wow, we're not even going to be able to explore space. So we might get to a point where we've developed our technology to a point that we can do these things, but will we be able to leave our atmosphere? And it's just, again, this whole thing of having compassion for one another and thinking about how we dispose of our rubbish and how we treat each other, and if we could reuse things, and if we could just stop for a minute and just think about what this world means and how much we've polluted it and changed it just in the last 100 years. We're not looking after things. We're really not being grateful for the world that we live in. We're not being grateful for the street that we live in. We're not being grateful for our families, friends. Everything's online. I mean, one of my good friends, his father passed away, and his two, like, who he thought were best friends, sent him Facebook messages instead of calling or going around to see him to check he was okay. And that really, like, hit home for me. I was like, that's why I'm hardly ever on Facebook now. People are either complaining because they're not grateful for what they have, or they're not fostering that good relationship with one another because they're not appreciating the friends and the family and the people around them that they have. And I think it's so easy to let time pass us by and we haven't spent time with friends. We haven't gone and done anything fun. And that really, like, touches me deep inside. And I think I just wanted to come today and just have a little cup of tea with you and just kind of maybe get us talking a bit more about compassion, talking a bit more about how we can be more grateful for the things that we have, and just try and think a little bit more before we go and buy. Do I really need this? Am I going to use this? And as well as the next generation come up, I've noticed that they have even less social skills. I'm not talking about the generation behind me, I'm talking about little kids. I went out for dinner with some friends of ours, and they brought their little boy with them, and he spent the whole time just looking at a screen. And like, when I was a kid, if we went out for dinner, like, I'd be in part of the conversation. I'd be sat talking to them and learning and listening to how they communicate with one another and picking up social skills, learning that you don't interrupt, learning that you do this and not this. And I don't know, it just worries me. It worries me a lot. And I'm not anti-technology, don't get me wrong. Technology really fascinates me. I have an iPad and I love it because when I'm sick in bed I can watch a film, or I can be on my Netflix, or I can talk to friends. But I definitely feel like the one-on-one relationships is being lost. I mean, I'm housebound mainly. If my husband isn't home, then I don't really leave the house. And it's very rare anybody will pop around to see me. I say rare, I mean never. It never happens. Nobody ever pops round. Nobody calls to say, do you want to go out for dinner? You know, it's snowing outside. Have you got enough food in? Have you got loads of bread? I never get that. And I feel like that's lost. People are not having compassion and not being grateful for the people around them. And it's something that I definitely want to look into and I want to foster in my life. It's just more gratitude, more compassion, and just being a little bit less self-involved and less on social media and judging myself compared to them. I definitely found myself doing that recently when it comes to my YouTube channel, because I have like 263 subscribers, I think that's the number anyway, which is incredible, and I love you all, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that puts on my videos and plays them. But there's a lot of people who are subscribed that don't watch my videos, and there's a lot of people who watch my videos and aren't subscribed. And there's also, I see other small YouTubers who started around the same time as me. They've got over 1,000 subscribers now. And that made me start to question, you know, do I give out good content? What are they doing right that I'm doing wrong? Am I just a really boring, horrible person? Are people not finding me interesting? And the negativity starts. Instead of just thinking, wow, I've got over 200 people who watch my videos, and I've got people who comment, and I've got people who are engaged with me, and people who follow me on, you know, on social media and want to spend time getting to know me better. That's incredible. And I think fostering a heart of gratitude just changes everything. It changes your whole mood. Instead of giving into negative thoughts, you're concentrating on the good things that you've got and enjoying the things that you've got, enjoying the people around you. I don't know. This is just what's been on my mind the last few days, so I wanted to have a little chit chat with you. So hopefully you've had a cup of tea with me. This tea is so nice. I think it's by Twinings, it's just peppermint tea, but it's so refreshing, especially now finally the sun's appeared, and it's so lovely to see the sun shining. And I have a Buddha statue in my garden, and it's all lit up with the sunshine right now, and it's just filling my heart with so much happiness. And I just, yeah, just feeling good at the moment. I am, as you all know, trying to holistically care for myself and see myself as mind, body and spirit, instead of just trying to treat my body. I'm trying to look after my mind, look after my spirit, and hopefully my body will lift as well. And so far it's working. Changing my heart to a grateful heart and working on that is helping me move from that depressed, negative place that I've been in for a while now, and just move to more of a grateful heart. You know, last month, March, was really hard for me. My grandmother died, and we had to wait the whole month to be able to bury her, cremate her, sorry. And the whole month just seemed consumed in this black void of my grandmother's not around. But now I kind of just flipped it around, and I'm just grateful that I had her for so long in my life. Most people don't get their grandmothers in their lives for so long. Most people don't have this amazing chance to be happy and to feel good looking back on memories. Because I have so many memories with my nan and granddad, and I'm gonna find like something, a jar or something that I can start when I get a memory of them. I'm gonna write it down and put it in there, so if ever I'm having a bad day, I can just pull out the thing and have a memory of my nan and granddad. That's something my therapist said, and I was just like, that really just fits in with having a grateful heart and just really trying to treat myself better and look after myself better. And so far it's working. So yeah, feel free to leave me a comment down below, like this video if you like this content, or dislike it if you didn't. I mean, you know, you don't have to enjoy it. Do you like my signed poster of Hot Fuzz? Oh yeah. Definitely consider subscribing to me. That would mean so much to me. It means so much that people are getting notified for my videos and that people are watching my videos. I'm so grateful for every single one of you who watches all my videos. I'm so glad. And please consider leaving me a comment, subscribe, ring that little bell so that you're always notified when I upload. I try and upload every Monday and Thursday. It doesn't always happen, but that's life. But I do my best. So come and join the little weird family that I want to foster. I will foster you all. And hopefully you're all feeling good, and I will see you next time. Bye.